As I was growing up, I got involved with the wrong kids. They were using drugs, they were using alcohol, and so I started just to fit in and be part of the crowd. I started drinking, and then I started getting into marijuana use, and then it got progressed, and it got into stronger drugs, which eventually led to homelessness, the drug use, and I ended up spending almost like 4 years being homeless. I went through different treatment programs because the drug use was just getting worse and worse while I was homeless because I had nothing to even live for. I was becoming suicidal. I was very depressed. And I realized that I had to get into some sort of treatment program and that I had to get cleaned up.
My belief is that folks have a right to housing regardless of where they're at this particular moment in their lives. So you want to have options so that people can, if they're currently using, they have a place where they can live while they work through that process with some supports. You could go into any apartment complex anywhere in the city and live in a suite and smoke crack all day long if you choose to. Eventually that's likely going to lead to issues and your eviction, which was his experience as well, right? The idea is not just to enable people to come here and use forever and ever. The idea is to give people a stable base, a safe place to be, so that they may continue to do what they do, what they've developed as coping strategies. But we're here to sort of engage them and teach them and give them other options and talk about how they could maybe take some steps forward. So everyone who lives at the Bell has been referred out of a shelter. Worst case scenario is living in a riverbank, on a riverbank in a bus shack, that kind of thing, not even coming to a shelter system. So everybody here is someone who has, when they were found, was not paying rent anywhere. They had no place to go. You know, just having these four walls, and like you say, it's not a huge space, but for them it is a huge space. Having a private washroom where they're, you know, feeling entirely safe in their own environment is huge. I've seen people cry over just having a washroom. Once I found out I was accepted, I was crying because I was so happy. So it's like now I feel security, and now I can worry about thinking about going back to school. I can focus my life. Ever since I've been in here, I've gotten my life back together. I've gotten a doctor. I never had a doctor before. I caught up with all my dental work. I wasn't seeing a dentist ever before. Unfortunately, there's only 42 suites, and there's 200 or 300 people at a time homeless around this area. I remember a lot of the places when I walk around this area, and I just think that I was sleeping and I used to have to live here. Like sometimes I go for lunch at Salome Mission, and I remember that I used to just hang around there all day and I never had a place to go. 2 years from now, I'm probably will still be here, but I'm pretty sure that I'll be working and I'll have a good job.